well, before we say that, we gotta go in and get this thing going. But before we get going, though, I give you the backstory, boy, because I'm telling you right now, I don't give it nobody say this is just facts. I gotta go on record by saying it. My grandfather was probably the best fucking griller I've ever seen in my life. I done been around a lot. I done seen a lot of people cook, but I'm telling
Respect.
you right now, ain't nobody beating Eddie Smith. Boy, I'm telling you, ain't nobody beating Eddie Smith. I'm telling
You
you
lying?
I'm telling you right now. My boy had the big barrel grill. My boy
Oh
was
yeah,
cooking.
he a real nigga.
He had the big barrel grill. Granddaddy was plugging that whole everywhere. Boy, you want to grill at your house? I pull up on you, my
Pulling
nigga.
up in that F-150
You hear me?
with
You
that
feel
bitch
what
on the
I'm
back.
saying? But just give you a little backstory. Granddaddy used to marinate his stuff. He used to marinate his ribs in aluminum foil. And he used to let them sit. And then he upgraded to he used to put them in a cooler. He used to marinate them and he put them in the cooler because he had two coolers. He had one that was marinated, then he had one that he used to put them in when they was cooked. And he was getting them in, getting them out. Because when he used to cook with us, just a little quick thing. And whenever he used to cook for the family, that nigga used to cook for the neighborhood. If you understand what the fuck I'm saying. He ain't
Real
just
nigga.
cook for the family. That nigga cook for the neighborhood. I mean, anybody could have got a plate if you had the money. Had to throw that in.
Oh, but that man was always doing parties. Like that nigga was getting calls. I need you to come cook for me, Eddie. He'd be like, all right, pull up with
Straight
the
up.
motherfucker.
Granddaddy pull up on your way. And then I want to point out he one of the coolest motherfuckers alive. When he was alive, rest in peace. But you know, he was one of the coolest cats ever. And that's where we learned how to do our marinade our ribs. Now, what's funny about this is he never really told anybody else how he did the shit. If you ain't watch him and see it, you would never
Yeah.
know how he did this type of shit because he's so smooth. Yeah, he had a whole operation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then
Yeah.
it evolved. The older we got, the more different shit he used to do. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just that was a little small backstory. Just granddaddy told us so much because he had so much knowledge about grilling. The man could cook because everybody always thought my grandmama could. Because now again, because she could cook now. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But granddaddy, woo,
See, what I learned is when it come to cooking, you don't learn from somebody telling you what to do. You gotta learn by watching, listening, because the game gonna be told as soon as you walk up beside that grill. If they love what they doing, they gonna get to talking about what they doing off top. You gotta listen, and lastly, you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta fuck up a slab. You gotta fuck up some steaks. You gotta fuck up the chicken a little bit.
man, man, boy, boy, you
If
gotta
you
fuck
ain't never
yourself up.
fucked up the food, if you
Woo.
ain't got from the point LD where you just LD and Red where y'all was saying get the fuck off the grill and get back in the house. If you ain't never fucked up to the point where you could hide that amongst your house to learn to where you can be like, all right, come through. I know what I'm doing.
You know what most people fuck up at though, right?
Talk to me.
They don't set the grill up right.
Preparation,
They got the heat all throughout the damn grill. Like it's the same heat all the way across the motherfucking grill. That's your
woo,
first problem.
her
Gotta have
mistake,
your hot and cold side, man.
her mistake.
That's the first mistake right there. I done seen that
It,
plenty of times. Second mistake
and
is
that's the
that
cooking network term for you gotta have that indirect heat. You feel me? I continue with.
second problem is they don't do the charcoal right. They don't like the charcoal right.
Mm-hmm. My boy
Talk
is
your shit.
speaking the truth. Looking at here.
So let me ask y'all another question since we on our grilling tip.
Hold on,
Are
OG,
y'all
before you get started, my nigga. Welcome to Word to the Wise, Wise Words from Wise Brothers. My niggas in this building. We back in this bitch. Y'all niggas don't forget who we is, man. Y'all caught us on the middle of a topic. We talking about grilling. We talking about getting it done, man.
yes
Welcome back,
sir.
fam. Welcome back, Wise Ones. We love y'all, man. We back at it again, man. We back dropping some knowledge. If you already ain't knowing, if you already ain't listening, if you're gonna know today, goddamn. I
But
let you
Man.
but
know,
if I
man.
but around if I was you, I'd slap the shit out of that nigga next time I see him interrupting me like that.
Nah. Look. They gotta know what we doing in here, man. You know, we appreciate all the listeners that's been tuning in, all the support we've been getting, man. It's absolutely amazing. Want to just say thank everybody that's been, just showing us love, and we started this, from nothing. So We going through our ups and downs, but I know for a fact it's quality now. So we in front of you, and we definitely bringing it to you. So, Red, you were saying they don't know how to start up their charcoal, my brother. So,
Oh
are you a
man,
chimney guy? You a pyramid guy? How you do your setup? What kind of setup you got?
I like a little good old, good little chimney. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't actually it really don't matter. It depends on whatever I feel. Whatever I feel. Some day I might be chimney. Some day, you know what I'm saying? Pyramid. It just what it is. What it is. I can do either way. I just know how
Real
to get
talk.
the heat spread throughout the whole grill. One side not too hot as the other one. You know what I'm saying? When you need to just let it smoke a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Slow
I
cook
tell
it,
you like this.
loosen up that
In
meat.
in the words of my brother-in-law, and then Chris said, "But I don't put nothing on the grill until my charcoal's good and gray, my nigga. Good and
Exactly.
gray.
That
You
was gonna be
feel
my
what I'm
next
saying?"
point. I don't put nothing on that grill until I see them bitches is gray. Is nigga white, some gray hairs on a nigga head or some shit. You know what
You
I'm
feel what
saying?
I'm
Like
saying? Because a lot of niggas out here eating that lighter fluid meat. You hear me? A lot of niggas out here
Mm-hmm.
can't even
Talk your
take their
shit.
own food. You feel what I'm saying?
Talk your shit.
A
Keep
lot
going.
of
Keep
niggas out
going.
here,
We need
a
that.
lot of niggas out here just eating just to eat. You feel what I'm saying?
Wise words from a wise brother. Cook that lighter fluid. Cook that instant light charcoal black oily taste up off them damn charcoal before you put your meat on that grill. Come on, man. Don't nobody want to be eating the lighter fluid like Big Bro said, man. Come
And
on,
start
man.
taking your ass in the house for 20, 30 minutes at a time, unless you got some on the grill that required it. Be sitting up there trying to tend to the grill, be watching the game, be on your phone. You ain't manning nothing.
Burnt the meat. That what you just did. Burnt the meat.
And then you gotta think though, what's the worst thing to do when a nigga come to your house to eat on the grill, nigga? You can't fuck up the food. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't fuck
um,
up the food because I feel like this. You know what I mean? As much preparation as you can put into a meal, it should always be some type of adequate time. Like you can't necessarily just rush the process. You can't do it. The number one thing that people always say, the difference between you when you eat my food and the next nigga food is love. You want to know why? I put a hell of a lot of love into my shit. You feel what I'm
Talk your
saying?
shit.
I'm marinating my meat. I'm
mhm.
I'm I'm taking the ugly parts we don't eat off. You feel what I'm saying? I'm getting my grill right. I'm doing everything I had to do. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go the extra mile. Y'all see me? Y'all know how I get down. You know what I'm saying? This shit just ain't happen overnight. It was a point in time where I didn't know how to grill. You gotta think, first time I grilled ever in my life, my wife to this day was the first person to ever let me grill. And I was like 22, 23 years old. And I'd had all this history of motherfuckers grilling. Granddaddy can grill. You know what I'm saying? Pops can do his thing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, we never even thought about that type of shit. You feel me? So,
Hey, at one point in time, my boy could grill, but my boy almost lost all the hair on his boy goddamn head. Gee, to this
nigga.
day, that was one of the scariest, funniest shit, nigga. I can been a part of.
Hey, just to give y'all a backstory, like I gotta tell this story before we get out here. I got to. All right.
Ah.
So it was one day, and this is like I told you, my wife was the first person to ever let me grill. We was grilling some salmon. I never forget this shit. We was grilling some salmon. And I was out there and the fire was getting real low. And I was like, "All right, I gotta pump I gotta get the fire back going, right? So why my stupid ass, because she had one of them grills where you put the charcoal in the grill. Like you ain't gotta take the top off of it and put it on, but you got a little door you could put the shit in, right? So I threw some charcoals in there, right? Why my stupid ass? I poured lighter fluid in it. Now, mind you, the whole time in my mind, that little voice in your head is telling me, nigga, what are you doing? Nigga, what are you doing? It's saying this the whole time. I cannot make this shit up. So I go out there to do that. So I go back in the house to get the long lighter stick. You know, Maya was there. Maya was like, I want to go out. I want to see what's going on. I want to see light the fire and shit. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Come on, all right, we cool. Cause this is when me and Maya was building our relationship. We weren't necessarily on the best terms, but we had respect for one another. We'll say that. So it was like, so we go out there. So I'm like, all right. I say, Maya, stand back, because this can be dangerous. My exact words. My exact words. Nigga, I go to stick my hand in the fucking thing with the lighter fluid. As soon as I lit the fucking lighter fluid, a fucking fireball hit my ass. Like, woof, that's all I
Woof.
heard was woof. You know what I'm saying? And I telling you, I'm still literally in the position. When I tell you, I knew it was bad because Maya was looking like,
Oh shit.
she said, "Are you okay, Mr. Darnell?" I was like, "I don't even know, Maya. I don't know." Chaz came out and she was like, "What happened? What was that? I heard a big boom." I'm still like this. I turned to her. I was like, "I just got hit by a fireball." And nigga, immediately she was like, "Okay, you don't have no like eyelashes. You ain't got no hair on your arm. Your
Nothing.
mustache is burned. Your beard is seared.
Singed. That nigga singed.
Everything was seared. My eyebrows was almost gone. Like for real, I got hit by a fireball." And nigga, I was in so much shit I was going through because at first I didn't feel my adrenaline. As soon as I calmed down a little bit, I was starting to feel it. I called this nigga OG. I said, "Bro, come get me. Come get me, bro. I gotta smoke some, bro. I'm fucked up. Come get me." This nigga came and got me. He was like, "Nigga, what the fuck happened to you?"
Instantly, as soon as I see you, got to throw out the damn. What happened to you?
It
Bruh,
wasn't even
the
like
nigga.
that. It wasn't even like that though. Detail OG. It wasn't even like that. He
Bruh,
was like,
bruh, I pulled up. So all right, y'all then walked up to somebody and like looked at them and like, bruh, something off. Like, something off. So I walk up, he automatically like, yeah, bruh, nigga just got hit by a fireball. Like he tell us what happened and shit. So like I'm looking at him. And again, we dudes, bro. So like I can tell something off, but like I really can't put my finger on like what the fuck is off with my boy. So man, I'm looking, and then he tell me the story, and then I'm like, that's what it is, bro. Like the ends of his eyebrows, my nigga, is like black at the end. The ends of his mustache is black at the end, bro. Like all his chin hair was kind of hanging a little bit, bro. All that shit like clean cut right there up against the rest of the hairs, bro. Bro, the man had certain spots on his arm where it was like smooth, like he got hit with a fucking wax machine or something, nigga. Like I was like, bro, you alright? Like, nigga,
I was like, no, dog.
like
No.
you alright? Like, nigga, is you got look red
I
irritation?
almost
You got a
cried, bro.
burns,
That's like,
nigga?
it was that
Like,
painful. I almost cried. Like this shit was real. Like a nigga got fucked up. Like I was fucked up. But needless to say, after that, that's how I became the gorilla that I am now. I had to have that experience because now it was amazing. Funny as shit. Ooh,
boy, one of the
took
craziest,
some damn sense.
funniest, scariest, most memorable things about grilling that I definitely learned my lesson about. After that, nigga, if I ever had to use lighter fluid, boy, I like that bitch. Get like a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard or something.
But you know what, OG? You know
Lean
what
back
though?
with it.
That's what I'm saying to you. Here's the kid and caboodle to the story. Here's where the wisdom needs to come in. Everybody need to hear it. Whenever you need to put some more heat on your grill, you take your meat off your grill and you just add the charcoal on. That's all you gotta do. It's gonna catch. Because you always have to remember where there is smoke, there is fire. Remember that. Understand that. Because I didn't have to do anything else but
Just
put
wait.
the damn charcoal on the grill. Move the meat off the grill because that's how the niggas get the lighter fluid stuff. Because your charcoal, I mean, it's just gonna take up what it gotta take up. You don't want that type of smoke on your shit. That's just period. That's why I said the little voice in my head was telling me what to do. I even told baby girl, "Hey, go on, just
Bag
bag up,
up.
bag up." And lo and behold, hit my dumb ass like no tomorrow. But I'm so glad it hit me and not her.
Wise word.
Wise word. Remember to follow us on YouTube. Follow us on the IG, man. Shout us out. We'll shout you out, man. Shout out to everybody. We coming back. Don't worry. We still wise, man. We talking about some real shit today, man. I'll let your boy.
Nigga, you muted. Nigga, you muted.
Okay,
Nigga, you muted.
I'm talking about shit in the background so y'all can hear me.
Nah, you
Nah,
should have went
nah,
on and said it. Look,
nah,
look, we can cut that shit out.
nah.
Nah, we
He
gotta
just
keep
straight.
that.
He
That shit
always
was
say that
funny.
shit.
That nigga,
Oh, I was
yeah,
gonna say
dude,
that the
like,
one rule he forgot to tell y'all though.
5 seconds.
Cook ain't supposed to taste test his food while he cooking.
hey, welcome back, people. Now we finna hit y'all with, the realness of the show, the knowledge of the show. You feel what I'm saying? This is where I feel like, well, we feel like I gotta stop saying that. This is where we feel like we come into play. This is the whole purpose of this, is give y'all some knowledge, man. Hey, man, fellas, man, let's have a conversation, man. Today, we're gonna talk about purpose. All men should tune in because this is very, very important for every man. Purpose. What does it mean to you? What is it? Why do we talk about purpose? Why do we have purpose as a man? Is it vital to you? Is it something you should have? Is it something that you think you need in life? Is it a virtue? You know what I mean? I think we're gonna have to start with what purpose is as a whole, just in general. So I ask you, fellas, what is purpose?
Jump in, jump in. So I got some. I got some. So
Go
look,
ahead.
I feel like your purpose is it's when your passions, your dreams meets a reality that also meets society. I feel like a purpose typically comes when you are bringing some type of service, some type of good, some type of, and by good I mean product, but then also good as in just a good to the world and whatever you're trying to do. I feel like that's where you find your purpose. You have to set those goals, you have to have a passion about what you're pursuing, and then how does it affect the world, you know?
Hmm. And to piggyback off that, it's to me it's the ultimate driving force into what drives you every day, what gets you up, keeps you motivated, and whatnot. And what he said, like he said, it's got to be tied to service because if purpose and service are intertwined with one another, if you ain't in service, then you ain't on your purpose. You just fulfilling some want or something that you kind of like just want on your own, but it's not like your actual purpose. Because if it's your purpose, then it's gonna be involved with service and others. Because to me, we all are here to actually help one another in one way or another. Like we supposed to just help each other somehow, some way, and it's all tied to your purpose.
Big fact, big fact, big fact. All right. I like it. I like it. LD, what you got to say, my boy? Hey, you can't get left out.
Man, me personally, I just feel like purpose is just simply what you meant here to do. All of us find our purpose at different times, though. That's what I will say. Some of us are honed in and they find it early. Some of us find it later on in life. But the biggest thing is once you do find whatever you're destined here to do, that you carry it out and you do it genuinely.
Facts, facts. 'Cause I like what
Also,
everybody's saying, man.
let me add one more thing in there too. My bad.
Go ahead, B
Let
Dog.
me
Go
add one
ahead.
more thing in there too. I also think there's also like there's one big ultimate purpose that you have, and then there's smaller purposes on the way that you achieve in route to that ultimate purpose. So there's like little small things that you do on your way to finding that ultimate. Like this is the reason. Like this is my purpose. That I'm here.
Gotta have them side missions, bro.
Big deal, big deal. I think that's a message. Look at this. You definitely gotta have that side purposes. Cause like I said, I'm with all of y'all. I agree in a whole 100% because that's in totality. Everybody said very, very important things that I definitely like. I like how it's a reality meets society. It meets a reality of your dreams. Everything has to kind of coincide to make a purpose. You got to understand that the purpose itself is a dream, a driving force, a motivation, a and but it's deeper. It's a feeling. It's a just this is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I
Mhm.
feel like is supposed to be happening, and it feels right. It feels good. Whether it's man, it's rapping, or whether it's man, I lay this carpet like no tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? Or I cut grass like real life. I cut grass like this is just so natural to me. This is so easy. Every time I do this, I'm getting so many compliments just off of that. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like purpose is just what you are called to do, exactly like LD said. It's just what you called to do. And that's from a higher point standing and just from your own self. Like you develop
Hmm.
purpose, like OG is saying. Well, I'm sorry, like Red was just saying. You kind of develop purpose as you go along in life. You may discover it here, you may discover it there. You feel what I'm saying? But once you get to it, nothing stops you as a person or a man. Everything becomes meaningless. Everything that's not a big deal. Everything that's not an obstacle or a pillar. It just wills itself away because at that point you have discovered purpose and you discovered what it is I like to do, along with what it is I'm supposed to do, along with why I'm doing anything at all. Because I
Exactly.
live in a world where me doing nothing is now accepted. I live in such an accepting world. I can practically do anything and it's accepted. It's a good and terrible thing when you think about it. So I like to go ahead and flow into the next thing. Why is purpose important to a man? We men, right? Why
Mhm.
do we need a purpose as a man, as your role, as a man in society, even if you're a family man, a regular man, a single man by yourself on your shit, hobo on the street? Why is purpose important to a man?
Mm.
Don't all speak at once.
I mean,
I
you
got
you can
some. I
speak
go
your
here, Rick.
first. You asked the
Okay.
question. Oh, you got it, OG. I was just
All
had the
right.
mark.
So, so look, I got my stance on that is more on the lines of one is many reasons why you gotta have a purpose. Um, when I say you got to, again, we're not speaking about this being a thing that you set when you're 15, 16, 17. I feel like I didn't find my purpose until I was around 22, 23, 24, somewhere in that gap when I was just graduating college, making decisions, man, trying to make a relationship work. First moving out and getting our first own apartment together. You trying to see as a man what life you want to live. And when it comes down to it, having a purpose gives you, like said earlier, it's the reason, like LD said as well, it's the reason behind what you're doing. It gives you a why when it comes to providing for your family. It gives you a why behind how much money or how financially stable you want to be. It gives you so many whys to so many different aspects of just having a stability of life. Shit, it gives a why to stability. I feel like when you're looking to affect the world and others around you in a good way, no matter the outlet that you choose to affect people with your purpose, that's when the stability, that's when success, that's when money, that's when the not having to think about and stress about the small issues, that's when it comes. And that's part of your purpose, man. That's why it's important for a man to have it. You want stability, you want to be able to take care of your important factors of life, your family, and do the things that you want to do, travel and purchase luxury items. It don't come without that purpose, man.
Big fact. Big fact. Big fact. Yeah, I like that because that's basically saying purpose is what it gives you what you want to work. Like I just feel like it gives you what you want to work for. Like purpose is just itself. Like it's just its own. Like man, you have to have it. I feel like as a person. You just gotta have something to do or you're gonna do anything. You feel what I'm saying? It's along the lines of that type of thing. So purpose to me, why it's important to a man, because like you said, it keeps you stable. It keeps you that pillar in the ocean because you have to be that pillar in the ocean. Because you have to be as the father of any family figure, father, man, anything. You have to be, and speaking from the family man, you have to be that pillar. You have to be that strong guy. So it's important to me to have purpose because that's the only thing that I hold on to myself. Because sometimes I'm out of whack. Sometimes I gotta take some stress from her. Sometimes I gotta take some stress from the kids. Sometimes I gotta do so much stuff at one time and work my 40 hours, provide for the house, fix shit, clean, cook, everything under the sun. You feel what I'm saying? It's a whole ordeal. So if I don't have purpose to why this should keep going or what's going on, I'm definitely gonna fall off. I'm gonna fall off hard because everything I worked for had a purpose to get done. I know the purpose for me is to be in a position to help people. That's just what I am. My purpose, I feel, is if I'm a helper. So it's important for me to understand that whatever I'm doing is always going to be not necessarily to help someone else. It's always to help myself as well, which is why I feel like I'm so well rounded and well groomed as a man because I've allowed myself to help certain people and get certain experiences off helping them. Some of the most genuine things I've ever accomplished. On top of my helpfulness, I feel like I'm just supposed to bring people together. That's two of my purposes. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just discovering them as I'm going. And the more I do things, the more I do stuff, the more things happen. I feel like that's the only thing that drives me because when I didn't have a purpose, I didn't have a purpose till OG, you probably can attest to this when we got in that second apartment. I was about 23, 24 at that time.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I always move great, don't get me wrong. But sometimes a lot of all those times, really, I was just moving to be moving. I didn't have a purpose.
You were focusing in more on what it was you wanted to do, what it was you wanted to be, and you know, meeting your wife, I guarantee you that pushed you towards a purpose even more. Like we saying, it's about being able to provide, help, assist, serve. That's what I feel like a purpose is really at its ground work. Your purpose is service to others, like Big Bro said.
No, my bad.
You good?
Had to clear my throat. Oh, but I was about to say, I think the purpose also keeps you from being complacent. You know, 'cause, and it separates what we call today in this world in this society a superior man from just a regular ordinary man. 'Cause, a regular ordinary man, he's gonna do his little responsibilities here and there. You know what I'm saying? Get complacent, like he's just gonna get to a place of comfortability and just be like, hey, I'm straight. I don't got to do more in life. Whereas a superior man gonna be like, nah, this ain't it. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like there's something else I got to do. There's more to my life that I need to be doing. Like, yeah, I done achieved this. Now what's next? What can I keep doing to build on top of it? Like most people, they always say, I just want to get to a place where I'm comfortable. Well, you ain't never supposed to be comfortable.
That is the realest thing that I think a lot of men definitely underlook. Exactly what you just said. You trying to get to a place of comfortability. Nigga, I ain't been comfortable in a long ass time.
In a minute, dog.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm always wanting more. I ain't been comfortable in a long time. You have to realize, my brother, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly. You gotta be. You gotta get to that point where you are willing to always be uncomfortable because you ain't really meant to be comfortable. You always everything is always changing, evolving, and you're supposed to evolve and change with.
Big,
Wise word.
big facts, big facts.
And yeah, just elaborating on it, being uncomfortable. Me personally speaking, on my purpose, I just feel like my purpose is to educate and elevate from my own personal experiences. Everything in my life has always been something that I've learned the hard way, but at the same time, I feel like it's meant for me to through that just because of my perseverance. That's one thing that I found out about me growing up from my time in college pledging, from me working now, is that no matter how tough it gets, like I don't view it as that. I always look through the storm and look at how it can be on the other side. So I feel like from what all I've been through, all I've overcome, that I will be shortening myself as well as others, and helping them out through life and navigating them with my light. If I was to hide that from them, so I feel like that's part of my purpose. I still feel like Red said, like each and every day is kind of gonna change. Each year is gonna change as I continue to grow up and develop into a different version of a man. Like the same person I was 6 months ago, I'm not now. The same person I was 3 months ago, I'm not now. So their purpose will continue to evolve and change. But right now, I feel like my main purpose is to continue to educate and elevate through personal experiences and my perseverance.
Big deal. Just I definitely want to wrap things up with just this, as you said there, as I like how you tie growth and purpose together because as come purpose comes growth. It does. So having that purpose filled mindset, that growth mindset, that mentality to get better, to continue to do things better. I may do it 100 times for the next 10 years. But hey, by the time that 10 years up, they're gonna be like, man, that nigga that did that the best 10 years we never did. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's just how it has to go, and that's what you always have to remember. Growth and purpose are hand in hand, man. That was a good knowledge. And I definitely got to say, wise ones, please tune in. But before we get too crazy in this motherfucker, y'all know how we gotta do, man. Y'all, but we gotta go down check in, man. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all boys, all right, man?
Hey, I love how we be trying to say, boy, like we from fucking Atlanta, and this man say, man, like he from that M. I
I
love
know,
this
right?
shit, bro.
Y'all niggas
Every
all got
time.
y'all shit mixed up, nigga. Bye bye. But I keep my shit. Bye bye.
That's because I can switch it up, my boy. You know I can do that any time. But mine. Hey,
Man went to Wood there, bro. You know it.
I'm like that video we sent.
real
What's
life,
up, my
boy.
boy?
My
Hey,
boy.
real life though, Imma tell you like this, if you live I would say this, you live in Memphis at any point in time for a number of years and you hang around some real Memphians, boy, that man gonna come to you because I didn't always
Yeah.
say this. I had always been saying, boy, my boy, hey, that's how it always had been. You feel what I'm saying?
Got
It never
down.
left me. But now I be so intermixed. I say I do catch myself saying mine sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I be catching myself in between. That shit funny as hell to me. Because
Man,
you know.
I done
Nigga
seen
went to
lingo.
Woodale a couple years, my boy. I went to White Station 1 year, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And nigga, hey, I was gonna go to Overton, but they said hey, that's for other niggas. I don't know, I can't go to Overton. So I was like, all right, you feel what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But
You can come over there and come to Overton if you want to. We're gonna put you on the news. We the only people I know where we win the gold ball in 1 year, and then class of 2013 hit the news in the same year. Let's get it, baby.
I know
Boy,
you
that
would
shit
turn up.
funny as hell,
I knew
bro.
you
If y'all
would turn
if
up.
y'all ain't heard about the class of 2013 Overton, man, just go on Google that junk and look at that story. That shit is hilarious.
Mine,
Man,
quick little story. I ain't
go
gonna
ahead.
get him no shine on our show, but the class president, the class president from 2013. Basically, every 10-year reunion, every 10 years you have a reunion, whatever. The class president is supposed to be over. How you're supposed to handle it is it's supposed to be the class president, and it's supposed to be a committee. Never
Committee.
supposed to be one person. These folks done let one person come up with QR codes to cash at him $100 for a picnic, and then what made it even worse, it was 25 per extra person. So if you want to bring kids, spouse, or whatever the case may be, mine got over 50 plus people to pay for themselves and other people, and then proceeded to send uh, a long text to their group talking about how he mishandled the funds. And now ain't nobody having it led, so they might got off with over 5K, and he made the news, and this all happened this week.
The story on the news and the person they interviewed said he received text messages after he tried to reach out to the president about getting a refund. The man received messages that said, I'm on the way to Dubai with y'all little money. Boy, I cried laughing at work earlier, dog.
Oh God. Whoa.
And just to give a little insight for anybody that's thinking, yeah, do you got no? I graduated in 11. You
You
know,
hear me?
this is just me
Yeah,
watching the sophomores have fun.
this nigga here. I had to clarify for y'all niggas who thought y'all was gonna say something. Yeah, all right. That's funny. This nigga here. But since we talking about it, y'all know who we talking about, man. Motherfucking playoffs. What's going on?
Hey, move past it, cause I
You
don't
don't want to talk
even
about the play.
Nope. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Folks be the folks who are Grizzlies slash Minnesota slash Warriors fans,
Warriors,
bro.
the worst.
And then the few Denver fans I do know, bro. Anytime the Lakers lose, bro, I don't get on no type of social media, bro, because it gets bad. Like
Ignorant.
one thing about being a LeBron fan since 2003, bro, that has helped me develop anxiety. Like I don't, bro, for,
Because that nigga
for,
there,
That
boy,
ain't
give you the
funny,
death
bro. That's
warning.
not funny.
That
Boy,
But
ain't
give
that
you the
funny
shit is
death
at all.
warning.
hilarious. But
This
that shit
nigga
was
for,
Bron
funny
to
as
give
fuck.
you the
My
worst
bad.
headache in life. You with Bron, oh, boy.
it's,
You
it's
gave you a
not
headache
even
last night.
It's not even that. This is the most mythical shit I've ever seen in my life. So
Yeah.
you got Bruin fans, and then you got people that you got Bruin stands, then you got Bruin fans, and then you got the folks that hate the Bruin stands. So it's like the folks that hate the Bruin stands are just as passionate about the stands, just as passionate as the stands is about LeBron. Like I can't tell you how many folks be like, man, I can't stand LeBron fans. So I don't think there's any necessary hate on Braun at this point. I think it's just everybody hate anybody who hold him up in light and say he the GOAT, bro. Like I I'm gonna put it this way. I got a teammate. He graduated a year before me in 2010. LeBron got to the finals what in '07.
Yep.
After
Mm-hmm.
what 2000, he got to the finals again in 2010. This man has called me on 6 occasions, and I ain't heard from him throughout the year. And every time LeBron lose the finals, he'll just call me and just laugh. He won't say nothing. He just laugh, and then the phone will just go boop boop boop, and I won't hear from him until LeBron lost the next finals, bro. Like I just can't.
That is wild.
I
Because
just
I'm
can't,
here to
bro.
let you know. It's this right here. I want everybody. Me and Red talked about this like weeks ago. I want everybody to understand that the finals start on June 1st. Nigga, it's
June
the
1st.
19th. It's the 19th, and they play every other day.
June
Y'all think this series going anything less than 7? You a damn fool. You a
June
damn
1st.
fool. Both them series going 7 games. Both of them.
June motherfucking 1st. Let me
I ain't gonna
remind you,
stop.
motherfuckers.
Come on, man.
Nigga, it's 11 days.
That's 11 days, dog. That's 11 days.
All them niggas talking about some
12,
This
sweep.
game
12.
3.
Everybody
But
talking
yeah,
about sweep. They about to sweep the Lakers, nigga. Are you
stop it.
serious, nigga?
Stop it, man. It's
Nigga,
gonna be home
Yeah,
team gonna win the first 4. They gonna go 2-2. The
I ain't
winner
gonna
of
stop,
game
bro.
5 gonna win the series. For
I ain't
real.
never been so scared in my life. I ain't even been watching the game.
You want to know
I
why I
boy,
ain't scared? Because I'm with you. I've been a LeBron fan since probably like '08. Because at that before that time, I was a D Wade fan because I just D Wade was that nigga. That was my guy. So I was just like, I respected Bron, but once he got to '08, once he made it to that first finals, he got swept, and all these folks giving this man all the. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? You ask any people, name me top 5, name me the starting 5 on that Cavaliers team right now. Boom, name it to me. They be like,
Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao, Sasha Pavlovich.
Average, bro.
No,
Ricky
it wasn't
Davis.
Sasha Pat. It wasn't Sasha Pavlovich. The
no,
star
I was
five
say not
was
that team, not
it.
that team.
Not
Not
that team,
the
not that
star
team.
five was Mo Williams, Larry Hughes, LeBron, Anderson Varejao, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas with Sasha Pavlovich coming off the
Off the bench,
bench.
off the
And
bench.
you had Booby,
Booby Gibson.
and you had
Danielle Marshall or some
Yep,
damn
you
bro.
had it was Danielle. You had Danielle Marshall, like the second worst team ever to go to the NBA Finals,
You
only
feel what I'm
behind
saying? But that's
the
my point.
01 76ers.
The only reason
My
we know this shit is because we know we actually watch the game. You feel what I'm saying?
eh,
But a lot of folks don't be doing this shit. But ever since then, though, I was like, ain't no way in the hell y'all can deny this, man. This nigga here is amazing.
the
I
the
mean,
'07 finals made me say, okay, this nigga did this shit by himself. I ain't
Because
never
you got to
seen
think
that.
about that run he made in
it
the
wasn't even the
You
playoffs
finals. It was
to
that
get to
Detroit
the
series.
finals.
It was that
yeah,
Detroit series in that
You
game where he
yeah.
scored
man, that's when you
25
really start
straight.
looking at this nigga like, wait a minute, wait a
That
And
nigga
minute,
then
now,
dunk.
folks failed to
wait a
realize
minute.
LeBron was only 25.
He, you said
25.
25. That nigga
Yeah,
was
because there
what
was
you mean? Hold on, the '07. You gotta think he was 18 when he came, and that nigga was 23.
He was 19 when he came to league.
He was
oh, that's right, that's
23.
right. My bad, it was 23. It was 23.
Yeah, he was
He was 19.
23.
He was 19 when he got to league, bro.
He
Hold
was
on.
18 when he got to the league.
He
Was
was
it 18?
18?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he,
18. He
He
was
turned
Yeah,
18.
yeah,
he turned
yeah. He
19
turned
in
19
December.
that year.
December. You
That
remember
year.
in
That
December? He
year.
was 18 when he
Yeah, he was
started.
23.
But he
But
was
he was
23 in
23
that playoff series.
Crazy.
Playoff.
in that play
Nigga,
because he
I
played.
was
He hit,
trying to
and that was a
graduate from
fresh
college,
23.
nigga.
He had just turned 23 when he played in that final.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to D Rose. He changed it. Man, D Rose came in that
Yeah.
bitch at what 22,
but I
21.
feel
29.
like this though.
0? Yeah.
Who was the last player to be taken out of high school? Was it with Kwame? Somebody who was
No,
No,
the white. The white.
the last player to be taken out of high school?
That
Straight out
was
of high
that
yeah,
was
school?
the
Dwight.
last year. That was the last year that high school is coming out to the NBA. The
Straight
white
up.
man.
Yeah, the White.
Okay, but straight up. After that year, they really fucked up everybody because they should not have made their rule. Because you got to think, some
Well,
niggas should
technically,
not have went
it's
to
Luca.
college, bro.
Technically, it's Luca, but
What
yeah.
I'm saying
Okay,
though,
can I put just something that I just be really want to get out my heart about international players that I don't like. They make American players
Bless
American players go through so
but
much bullshit to get to the goddamn league, bruh. and you allow an international player basically to be a pro, since this motherfucker be 15, 16 years old, making money, his mama, daddy, family straight, but then you let fucking sign an autograph and get paid for that bit, and your whole life just got threw down the drain if you an American fucking athlete of
College
any
player.
sort. So it's the fact that you gonna tell me I gotta go to school for 1 year, and Luca been a pro. He playing overseas, making money. Being that man was the year he got drafted to go to the NBA. That previous year, he was the MVP, won the ship, and was Finals MVP of their little tournament to win they ship. That was what his pedigree was before getting drafted.
Two statements I got about that. One, you
Oh
can't
no, I'm not
blame
blaming. I'm not
overseas.
blaming them.
No, I know. I'm just saying you can't blame overseas niggas for the stuff that U.S. got set in place. One, two,
Yeah,
it's like we gonna start with the U.S. education system. Like, I mean, there's way more schools in the United States than it. Like, I don't even know if they got caught. Like, and there's no slight for real. For real. I don't know what the college system looks like over there. You know, like overseas.
agreed.
So it's like
I got you. Easy
them
money.
folks, like going pro might
And
be
the
the
best
best
competition over there.
alternative.
You real
Yeah,
life.
that's where
Might
you
be the
gonna. That's
best.
where you gonna get the
But
best
you got to think
competition at over there.
overseas
I
is when
give
they
you that.
have a lot of those sports you can go pro. Soccer, basketball. You know
But
what I'm
but
saying?
what I'm also throwing out there is this right here. Like the United States and the NBA and NCAA don't do nothing to where they're giving the American-born players the advantage or a bigger opportunity. Everybody's getting the same opportunity. However, in FIBA and across seas and these other leagues, American players are not given equal opportunity. You can only have a certain limit of American-born players or foreign-born players in a lot of these leagues. However,
Yeah.
in our league, you make us go to college, have to be straight laced, can't make no money until just now with the NIL being
2 years
put
ago.
in place. And then with that being said, everybody else prior to then, they was on a total different tier level. You're making money. I'm having to go to school and I can't make no money. I can't get no job. I can't sign no autographs. I'm gonna get Todd Gurley, Reggie Bush, Rick Pitino, Louisville, all up out my shit. So
Hey,
that's why I really, if you really want to make it fair, make it where, yeah, American born players could have had to go 1 year to college. Cool. I'm 19. If you foreign, you gotta be 20 or 21 and do 3 years like you in football. Then you can come over here. Cool.
I'm
The
gonna
only
just take
thing,
it. I'm gonna take it to the side right quick though. But the only reason it's like that in America is because America's school system is set up for us to be trained to be servants.
Talk your
I was
shit.
gonna say, that, and then you got to think about the fact that if it's not for sports in them other countries, like the chance of poverty is much higher than it is in the United States. Like,
Mm-hmm.
That
that,
that
yeah, like
that
so
is way more
that's
vital to
another
their
reason.
society. Goddamn.
Yeah, like we got to realize that most of these places are third world countries here. So if you're
It's
not
here.
playing a professional sport, like your ass is stuck doing trade work. Like
You
it's
know what I'm
either
saying?
Or you a
professional
Realistically.
farmer.
sport, tradesman. Like
Yeah.
is no in between. Like here, you can get a job being a in the United States of social media. Like you can be in charge of somebody's social media and get paid. You ain't doing this shit over there, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga sell yams on the side of the street, nigga, in the cart.
Nigga said,
man,
yes. Nigga said the watermelons on the other side, man.
Watermelon.
hey, come on, man. That's all. It's just like, nah, I get it. I just feel like I'm not upset at the advantages that they have in professional sports because they're at disadvantages almost everywhere else.
Yeah, I hear
So
you.
I'm not upset.
The humane part of my body agrees with you. My nigga say fuck all
That's tough. Cause that's why America
Said that's tough.
bullies now. Yeah,
that.
that's tough. Cause that's why folks say America's bullies now. Cause we the only people that got it about equal on each side, but we like, no, we still want the first shake. It's like, but what about this country? I don't care. And it's like, huh?
Nah, because but real life though, LD, you gotta be honest though, and just be real about it, nigga. The NBA is an American league, nigga. We supposed to have the advantage,
That's
nigga.
all I'm saying. That's
This
all I'm
is an
saying. Look,
American league. You feel what
if
I'm
if
saying? And
if,
prior
if the
to
FIBA league,
and look, you gotta realize if you're looking at shit from a world totality stuff, prior to '92, nigga, they thought they could beat us. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all niggas thought y'all
That's
supposed to
that's
rock with
that's
us.
Larry Brown. That's Larry Brown fault. That ain't their fault.
Nah, it ain't that.
No. What it was the Olympic Sports Association, whatever they
Come
little
in
thing
now.
was,
Come in
because
now.
you had to be amateurs and you could not be pros. Their amateurs had leagues that they played in, but still made them amateurs, and our
Mm-hmm.
amateurs were college
College
players.
kids.
So they changed the rule and said, no, you can send the NBA
Anybody,
players.
you can see your pros too. They start getting cocky, nigga. Man, oh, we beat him to me. I see y'all pro, nigga. That nigga Michael Jordan look cool on TV, but that nigga ain't shit in real life. Okay, my
Air
nigga.
show.
Okay, my nigga. They was beating folks. Look at that documentary. I felt like that was the most like what? Like what? You niggas thought y'all was gonna beat a nigga with a team with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, the Admiral, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Chris Mullin. You know what I'm saying?
The Olympics showed that they couldn't compete, so they had to put a limit on how many players could actually go overseas and play. Because if you really gonna let players from France play in your German league, players from Russia play in your German league, players from China play in your German league only, I guarantee you, I got 6 black men from America that ready to be the best players in your league that'll come play today.
Tell your shit up. Tell your
But
shit.
I ain't gonna lie though, they got that in college though, where you only allowed to have so many out of town players at certain schools though, and it's in the United States, and I know that from going
That's
JUCO.
true.
Like
That's true. Yeah.
it was only. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's not only a overseas thing. It's everywhere. Because when I went to JUCO, it was literally like everybody from on the team had to be from Mississippi except for 2 people, which it was me from Tennessee and then another guy from New York. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's not just a
Is JUCO different from Division One or any of the other divisions? Do you know?
in terms of players allowed to be on the team. I think it might be because I've definitely seen Division One teams where it just be a slew of people from different places.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying, and I've even seen where like a Gonzaga or a Miami have 4, 5 international players. It ain't nothing for Gonzaga to have 2 boys from China or overseas or something like that, and then Rui Hachimuras and all them,
I was
or
gonna say
somebody from
Rui.
France,
Ree.
something like that, or Miami be having them big boys from Africa, come through with how you got 372 niggas and 171 nigga. That's crazy, bro. Like that's wild.
Real life. That shit.
Yeah,
But
and
you know,
Hey, I
yeah.
want to
So
know something I figured out the other day, though, and this is just on the college football tip shit. Reggie, you'll trip out about this. Y'all know the starting quarterback for the University of Georgia, Stetson Bennett IV, has not received his diploma from Georgia
Interesting about that. What do you mean?
because that nigga been there like 6 years. That nigga been in college like 6, 7 years.
the
There's
nigga ain't
always
been taking no
loopholes.
classes.
That nigga
Loopholes to
wasn't
this shit,
taking
man.
no classes.
He was
How
taking
you a
classes.
part-time student
Let
playing
me let me tell
football?
you how he did this shit. In the fall, you taking the minimum amount of hours that you can take, the least amount of hours, just enough that you can pass some classes and be academically eligible. That's how you do it. Then in the springtime, you probably take that same, like he probably was just taking the bare minimum hours while he was there, the bare minimum, just to make sure that he academically eligible to play.
That shit was wild.
and then I ain't gonna lie, if he want to, shit, he could take all freshman year courses every year if he wanted to. That's him how
Yeah,
long he want to be there.
exactly. You could be in college forever, how long you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You just got, you got your years of
Van
eligibility.
Wilder.
Your years of eligibility to
Real
play.
life. That nigga was a real life Van Wilder, dog. Like that
Van
shit was
Wilder.
crazy to me. He was a
But
real life Van Wilder because you gotta think he walked on to Georgia. That was 1 year. Then he went to JUCO for 2 years. Then he came back to Georgia. He sat behind Jake Fromm because he was there that first year. Then he
you
played the next
you gotta think about
year.
it too. And when
Okay,
if
all
you
right.
don't step on the field, like if you don't step on the field, that doesn't count against your year eligibility.
Yeah, two JUCO years don't count against your D1 eligibility. Then the 1 year that
Red
Who
he
shirt.
told you
sat
that?
behind some, I don't, bro. I could have swore you still can play more D1 years after that, bro. I
Boy,
didn't.
hell
Be,
no. Niggas
No,
that come to
I thought
your
that was
niggas that
how
come
this
out.
nigga play 6 years then, LD?
because like Reggie just said, it's a loophole. He didn't
Okay, he ain't
play.
touched.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying? He didn't play. He might have
Okay.
been there, but because what LD saying is, nigga, if you go to JUCO and you play 2 years, nigga, that's 2 years gone.
LD, is
Mm,
that hooping the same as that? Like if you don't play, you
And
straight.
yeah,
then you got to think
yeah.
about too the
It is
COVID
okay,
year.
okay, okay.
COVID
Then
year,
he had
we
the
But
gave
then,
him
COVID
another
year.
year.
He had the
and then
COVID
Okay,
year.
too,
okay, okay, okay.
and then
Because
too,
like I
you
said,
got
he
to
was
realize,
technically at Georgia for 3 years after that. He went three
and then
years.
you
Go
got 4 years to play six. So it's like that's it. You got 4 years to play six. So whenever the first time you step on that field, court, whatever, that's when your time start. You would then have 6 years from that first time to that's your eligibility window, but you got 4 years out of that six that you can play.
All right, so y'all just heard that. That make all the sense of why he was there so long.
That
Boom.
Yeah,
makes
then
That
you know what
make
I'm saying.
all the
Then
you
sense.
people
say it
forget
like
about
that.
the
That
That
make
make
COVID
all the
year.
sense.
That COVID year gave
Appreciate that.
everybody an extra year.
and that COVID
That
year,
nigga,
like
that's
real
seven.
sick, because a lot of them niggas ain't. Yeah, you're right. Because he was at Georgia 3 extra years. He sat behind Jake Fromm last year.
That was his red shirt year.
Then that's what I'm saying. Then he had Dewan Mathis. He didn't start all that year. Well, then he started all last year. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm about to say, hold on, nah, Stetson been there 4 years. You gotta think that was the year that Dewan Mathis was there. You feel what I'm saying? And he had got the starting quarterback job. We got smashed by y'all. You remember when he first got the job
Yeah, that
that
was
year? That was like 2019.
no, that was 2020. That
That
was the
was
year after we
2020.
beat y'all in the championship. 'Cause y'all came to Alabama.
We was in Tuscaloosa.
That was in Tuscaloosa, and
We
you
was.
know, so that's when we had Devontae and Mac Jones on y'all.
I'm talking about the time before that. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. That's
He
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
play
No, no,
that.
you're right. You're right.
That's when
You're right.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
You're
was
right. That was that
Mathis
year.
year.
That was that year. You're right. You're right. Because y'all smacked us. It was like
Right, because
y'all
we,
smacked. It
we
was like
weren't worried about
41,
because we weren't
24
worried about
smack.
Stetson. We weren't worried about Stetson 'cause he
Because
couldn't.
Stetson had just played, and then that was the next year y'all beat us in the well,
Yeah,
no,
we
yeah, it
beat
was the
y'all,
next year. Y'all beat us in the championship.
beat you in the SEC
And
championship.
beat
Then
us in the
y'all came back
championship.
and then y'all beat us in.
Then we came back and beat y'all, and yeah, there we go. That was the first. Yeah, yeah, I got you. All right, there we go. Yeah, bet. But needless to say, that was a hell of a lot of games. I feel like Stetson had been there a longer time, but then he gets college degree. I just wanted to point out that might have been the most outrageous thing I had heard that day because I didn't understand to the point we just had this talk that it worked like that because I'm thinking like this nigga here was like 25 when he left. You get what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
nigga old as hell. You know what I'm saying? We technically had an NFL quarterback this year. I can't even lie. That nigga old as
Nigga,
hell. You know what I'm
nigga was a
saying?
grown ass man out
Yeah,
there.
grown
Hey, but
ass man
hey,
back there throwing the ball
Gilbert
around.
Arenas, Gilbert Arenas made me realize something though. That nigga 25, 26 playing against 18, mostly 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 year olds. Right, right.
You feel me?
He is at the bottom of any nigga that you got in the NFL that is 25 or 26 years old that's already there.
Facts.
He is here.
Facts.
Everybody else in the league, from the worst to the best, are here.
Yes.
Up.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
respect that. I respect that opinion because nigga, you showing out against talent that's younger than you and you didn't seen all this. You supposed to dominate.
Facts. If he did anything other than dominate, this is why
You're
your ass
even
shouldn't have been playing.
asser.
This is why
Go
your
get
ass
your
shouldn't have been
fucking
playing.
degree,
Get your
Stetson.
monkey ass out of here, sit your ass in that classroom and get your degree, my boy.
Not
Come on now.
answer.
Come on now.
You get
You
the
become a
ultimate
regular
card. You
student.
get the ultimate card he got too.
Come on now. Come on now.
You know they gonna find a loophole for them.
Stop it. Come on now. You know how it goes. We don't want to talk about this. That's a discussion for another day. Looking at we left
We're
to
gonna
that
do the third.
and
We're gonna do the third episode, or third one. But nah.
well, we gonna do it. As I didn't do the third one this week, but I am gonna do it this week. But we
I
don't
mean,
want
you
to
got
talk
a
about
Eh,
it.
third
eh,
one scheduled. I'm just asking if we gonna get in that one. Or we
eh,
ended it here.
Nah, man. I need to go let these dogs out, bro. I'm dog sitting there weekend. These dogs been sitting in the house since 7 o'clock this morning, bro. I need to go let these Negroes out, man.
Nah,
Don't
we
worry
gonna
about it.
edit
I'm
that
finna
part
call you
out, nigga. That's
when I
animal
call again.
cruelty. We gonna edit that part out, nigga. You gonna get us locked up. This nigga,
Yeah, what you mean? That ain't Peter.
that's 12 hours, nigga. This nigga,
Man, they got plenty
Hey,
of space
hey,
to roam, G.
that boy look like season finna get treated like season. Word to the wise.